The Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock, and above all beasts of the field. On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." Now, this might seem like a strange passage to start the Advent season with, but I have a particular reason for choosing it. And that is because in order to understand the birth of Jesus, you have to first understand why it was necessary for God to send him. And we get the first glimpse of that here in Genesis 3. Now, if you look at the preceding chapters, Genesis 1 and 2, what you see is God created the world, and man lives in perfect harmony with the world, with the animals, and also with God himself. But then a change comes in chapter 3 when the man and the woman, Adam and Eve, they make a choice to listen to a serpent. They willfully disobey God, and their harmony with the world, with creation, and with God is severed. We see God proclaiming the consequences of that sin here in Genesis 3:14 through 19. I only read 14 through 15. Verse 19, it says that man's going to die. "You shall eat bread till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For you are dust, and to dust you shall return." One of the consequences of sin is that humanity doesn't live forever. Nothing lives forever anymore. But humanity is going to die. Each man has a birth and he has a death. But where we start to see hope and the first pointing forward to the birth of Jesus is actually back when God is talking to the serpent. He says, "I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." Now, the word offspring here, there is a context clue in this passage that indicates it's referring to an individual, because if you look at the end of verse 15, it says, "He shall bruise your head." Not "they shall bruise your head," but the woman's offspring is a he here. And as we go through the Old Testament and we get more prophecies, and then eventually as we get to the New Testament, we'll see more details of the unfolding of that offspring, of the fulfillment of this initial promise.